I have, here, can you figure out what that's doing? While I'm.
Yes, ma'am, I got you.
I tried to summarize for the council to change this up
At
to
this
that.
time, I'd like to call the regular meeting of the Nashville County Council to order on January 2nd, 2024. Would you please stand for the pledge?
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let us pray. Father, we invite you again to our town council meeting to lead us, guide us, give us wisdom in making decisions for all the citizens. Amen. Before we even get started with the meeting tonight, I just want to say how proud I was of the egg drop, and thanks to Trey Thraswell and to Michael Hertz and to all the other people that donated to the cause. But this is what Nashville citizens have been asking for. And so it was just beautiful seeing people my age, single, sitting up there having a great time, families, and it was just truly a dream and a vision come true in my heart for the town of Nashville. So I just want to say thank you so much to the people that made it happen. I'm so proud and grateful for you. The first item on our agenda is the approval of our minutes. Did anybody see any corrections to these minutes?
So one correction on page 6 of 74.
Okay.
In the middle, town is just TONW instead of TOWN.
That's my dyslexia.
And I have one on page 5 of 74. It said that we took our seats and then we voted for pro tem, but actually it was reversed. I don't know, but that's.
Any other corrections?
Maybe I don't know if this is the opportune time to do it now, but in the past, well, some years ago, we decided to change the format that we let Lou now, as far as redoing the minutes, to put it in here, we voted that she had to put everything word for word, not leave anything out. But I've been informed that at the state does not require the municipality to do a word for word print. And I would like to see us go back to that, because many times we go up to the town hall and Lewis got the door closed doing minutes and whatever. And I think redoing these minutes is taking up quite good her time, that we can kind of show
More
how
word for word.
It is, I think these are already
Well, this is
summarized, right?
These are pretty much summarized. These I did, I figured I'd do them. If you didn't like them, I'd go back and
I
redo
did
them.
notice the change, it's very much summarized.
Well, I didn't notice too.
Yes. I wouldn't mind like a little blurb about discussion that happens.
Okay.
There was no deal breakers in here. Like if there's anything that I think really needs to be in the minutes, I'll let you know.
Okay,
But just if there's a discussion back and forth about any topic,
right.
just a small one sentence about what that was.
And they are recorded.
Yes.
Everything is recorded if you want the full
Right.
word.
And
by
and
word.
honestly, that legally covers minutes. I like having minutes, but legally we do cover it with just having videos, believe it or not.
The thing that I noticed is not in there, you omitted me trying to negotiate.
See, that's what I'm saying. It could have been a one sentence about how Mr. Taylor brought up how it should have been a donation of the property. And
That is,
stop
I
that.
did do that.
I mentioned it real hard and you just left it out.
It was a
Okay.
one-sided negotiation.
Very much so.
So if there are no more corrections to our minutes, do I hear a motion to approve our minutes for 12/5/23 meeting?
Motion made.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, minutes are approved. At this time, let's see, David Borkin is going to talk to us, if he please come up.
At the last
At the last meeting, there was a lot of discussion on the speeding around town in certain areas of town. So we kind of run a 30-day directed patrol, I guess you could say, and I kind of pulled the statistics for the month of December. And it was also mentioned in a comment that was questioning if the police department was even stopping cars and writing tickets anymore. So, for the month of December, 190 total vehicle stops. Now that's vehicle stops outside of their regular calls for service and everything. There were 68 citations, 87 warning citations, and 39 verbal warnings, along with 2 arrests. On the directed areas that was in concern, there was 3 stops made in the major concerned areas, and the highest was 9 over in the concerned area, and they sat there for several days out of the month, and there was only 3 stops made. So we got problems all over town, and obviously if you put a marked car in a complaint area, you're not speeding long for cars there. When the car leaves, you're speeding again. So, but we are combating the best we can with the personnel we have, and along with all the other calls, and December was a busy season for calls and everything else. So.
Thank you so much, David. We appreciate all that y'all do. We really do. So thank you. The next item on our agenda is the advisory board appointment. Sherry.
Good evening, Mayor. Bringing to you, or before you, we have several appointments, 2 from Downtown Nashville Strong Advisory Board, and that is Susan Phelps and Brian Hudson. The Downtown Strong Board has recommended an additional 3-year term for them, and for their reappointments to expire December 31st, 2026. And going further, I haven't received, at the time, I did receive an application from Al Hyde, which his appointment, his term had expired December 31st of 2023. And he was given an application, and he later submitted an application on, I believe, last week after the Downtown Strong meeting. And so currently the advisory board has a total of 8 members, including Bill Lump, who serves as a liaison on the Downtown Strong Advisory Board as town council representation. And in addition to that, we'll have 3 vacancies because we have a total of up to 11 members. And I did send out an email to encourage the members to come out if they can, but neither one was able to make it. But for the Board of Adjustment, we have Ross Strickland and Eddie Thomas. They're interested in reappointment for the Board of Adjustment, in which their term will expire December 31st, 2026. And Mr. Thomas is here tonight, and so he's up for reappointment. And also Tommy Sasser, he's not present tonight, but he decided not to be reappointed again. So he's been on the board for 9 years. And so we did have a certificate or a resolution done for him for his appreciation of serving on the Board of Adjustment.
Do I hear a motion to approve the reappointments of the above listed persons to the Downtown Nashville Strong Advisory Board and the Nashville Board of Adjustment?
So when we say the above mentioned, in this application is Susan Phelps, Brian Hudson, Betty Thomas, and Ross Strickland. Those 4?
Yes.
And yes.
All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Would you like for me to read this certificate of appreciation for Mr. Sasser? It says, this certificate is proudly presented to Tommy Sasser to the recognition and appreciation of 9 years of dedicated service on the Board of Adjustment. Your commitment and unwavering dedication have significantly contributed to the success and effectiveness of the Board of Adjustment. Your tireless efforts and valuable insights have played a crucial role in upholding the principles of fairness and justice in our community. We extend our heartfelt gratitude for your outstanding service and commend your unwavering commitment to ensuring a fair and equitable decision-making process. Your leadership and contributions have left a lasting impact on the town of Nashville and the community as a whole. On behalf of the grateful citizens of the town of Nashville, we extend our heartfelt appreciation for your exemplary 9 years of service on the Board of Adjustment.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. The next item on our agenda is the yes,
And Mr. Thomas,
Yes, sir.
we appreciate your continued service.
absolutely.
Thank you very much.
And for being here tonight. Thank you. The next item on our agenda is the hiring of the PRCR family members.
Mayor, this would be a great time to introduce our new HR director.
This is our wonderful new HR director. His name is Trey Sanderson. And we just feel so blessed to have him to come on board with us.
Thank you. Well, Mayor and Council, I bring before you a proposal to change the hiring policy, personnel policy. In Section 4 of the Town Personnel Policy, it currently does not allow the hiring or employment of a relative full or part-time within the same work unit. Within municipal and county parks and recreation, the employment of siblings and relatives is common and provides an excellent source of the next season's part-time help. So what we would like to do is just simply strike the part-time position from that policy. That would allow us to hire part-time people in the same family unit. We would still keep in the guardrails that we couldn't hire full-time people from the same family, and it also keeps in the same guardrails that would prevent someone from working for a family member who they directly report to or who could influence their job.
Any questions?
I do have a question. Trey, or either, mainly, can we expand this throughout all the departments of Nashville?
It would apply to all departments.
Okay, even though it says PRC.
You were specifically proposing it for PRC, but it's
But it's
applied
gonna,
to
it's gonna apply to
everybody.
everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good, good, okay.
Well, why do we have to leave full-time in there? Why
Yeah,
can't
I
we
was
have,
about to ask that
I mean,
too.
why can't we have brothers and sisters working in the same department?
As
and
long
not-
as there's no supervisory
Supervision.
role or anything like that. I know we want to avoid nepotism, but
Statistically speaking, it's harder to replace full-time people than part-time people. So when conflicts arise, it's a longer turnaround time. It's harder to fill it, and it causes more problems than a part-time employee. There's more opportunity for friction when it's a full-time versus full-time and part-time. So historically, it causes more issues.
okay, so it's not really illegal, it's more of an HR.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay.
And my concern would be that what you just shared with us is more so consistent with towns and municipalities of our size, if you will.
So I do not have that information of how it compares to other policies from other municipalities, but I do know that from past experiences of what I've seen so far, I do think it would fit well for our municipality.
I just hate for us to have somebody that's a great employee and their family member is a great employee, we can't hire them because of a policy that I think is wrong.
Well, we can change it. I mean, that's
Well, you know, in the past, in the maintenance department, Lee can attest to this, we did have two brothers working in the maintenance department at one time.
Correct. No, yeah, they were peers as employees.
Right, but this
yeah.
is saying that that wouldn't even be allowed.
Correct.
Yeah, because the three things ABC are good. You know, you can't work with somebody, you can't influence somebody.
Right.
But I mean, I don't see why, I mean, even if it's, I just don't understand why people that are related can't work in the same place. If they're
Well,
not,
especially
if they're
since
not,
we've redefined relative to be very broad so that people could take leave and do things like that. So now it's involving like cousins, nieces, nephews.
Right.
It's not just like your nuclear unit.
well, plus we're having a hard time finding people as this.
And we do like to hire local, and so,
We had two brothers one time before, and stayed on board for quite a while.
Well, it's certainly up to the council. If you would like to strike the full-time, we can do that. If we end up having problems with it, we can always bring it back.
We addressed
Absolutely.
So I think we need to strike the third paragraph, everything before otherwise. So the town needs to be the first thing on that sentence, in my opinion. So the second, the town. So the
the
first,
town may employ.
the town may employ, it should be the first part of that
Yep.
sentence.
Mhm.
Everything above that should be stricken, in my opinion. But again,
the motion.
Do I hear a motion to direct Trey to
I make a motion that we accept his proposal and we adjust it by taking the first sentence up until otherwise off of it and making the capital D after that. Does that make sense?
Do I hear a second? All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Trey. The next item on our agenda is planning and development director, the Nash County addressing, agreement.
All right, I'm back again.
Good.
All right, so I'm bringing this to you. This was actually in, I guess, some type of process before, but never made it to council. We are requesting that Nash County do Nashville's addressing. They actually have the software. Once they get the final plat, I believe they can kind of upload it or something into their software and get addresses. Versus with our department, for example, working on Carter Woods, we have to do that, manually. And the way it's laid out, you have a lot of corner lots and whatnot, but we know exactly what, how the houses would be based on that street or whatnot. But Nashville typically uses block addressing, and whereas and I believe Nash County, the system, I guess, picked ranges or whatnot. So Nashville is one of the few jurisdictions that do their own addressing. So we're kind of requesting or asking, if Nash County can take over. So there's a resolution for interlocal agreement between Nashville and Nash County that you have. I believe it was a revised copy. Did you all get the revised copy?
We did.
Okay, so that's what we're asking, and I guess it take place January 8th, 2024, because it will have to go before the commissioners as well for approval.
And it said it would, match, the 9/11
Yes,
addressing system,
yes.
so that would be good.
Because the way it works now, I will have to come up with the addresses and send a request over to Brad Parker, and then he will email me back and let me know if that's good. So basically now for address, and I'll just be like, okay, I need an address request, he can go ahead. It'd be much quicker for him to do it than me have to come up with it.
Sherry, quick question for you. So if the developer or the town or both wants names and we put them in the system, do we get a variation of that name, or we get a different name, or we get that name?
The street
Wait.
names are submitted to Brad Parker.
But is the final, I guess the computer does the final name and that's done for? Or?
I just know they have the software. Once you submit I believe the process is, I think you have to send the street names over so there won't be no duplicates within the town, so you won't have two of the same names or a street. You may have one, just say if you had Macon Street, Macon Avenue, so you won't have any duplicates. So you will have to submit your street name, and then once that's done, and once you get your final plat approval, maybe kind of backwards or reverse in some sense. But they, Nash County could plug that into their system for final addresses. So that's why they require final plat before they can do any addressing.
And I think he's already agreed to do that.
Yes. He's been very helpful and taking time to put up with it.
I know from experience what you do, you provide them with the street names, and he will plug it in
Right.
and assign the numbers to go with it.
And usually, if the developers already know the street names, they would, there's been times they've actually submitted to the brand for the street names to make sure they work.
So the names to be picked by the town or the developer?
Usually I never picked any
The
names.
developer
Yeah.
usually does that.
Guys, make sure we weren't giving up something that should be local.
Because usually with most of the subdivisions I know we've done, I believe they come up with the names.
Any other questions, Sherry? If not, do I hear a motion, for us to do this agreement with, Nash County on, naming the, addressing agreement, I guess would be best to say.
So moved.
Is there a second? All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Motion carries. The next item on our agenda is the reimbursement of attorney fees, and we're gonna table that from the advice of our attorney, and we'll get that in our next meeting or when we get more information. So we'll move on to our next item, D, it's a budget amendment.
Mayor, point of order, could you have maybe someone make a motion to table that item in a second?
Well, do I hear a motion? I just forgot. To table, you did, is there a second? All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
All right.
Finance Director. Budget amendment number 12, in accordance to section 96-9.6, the North Carolina General Statute states that that the town must have 1% of total wages in a holding account. Budget amendment number 12 increases fiscal year 24 budget revenues and expenses by $20,236 for the town.
So we need to approve this budget amendment number 12 in the amount of $20,236 to the town's unemployment account with the Department of Employment Security.
Correct.
Any questions?
And this 20,000 will come out of our fund account.
It will, yes.
But we don't have a choice.
If we don't have a choice, we don't have a choice.
So do I hear a motion to approve this budget amendment?
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion's approved for the budget amendment. Randy, do you have any other thing to share with us tonight?
I don't. And we have Raz here too, if anybody's got any questions about the loan for the fire station 2. Raz has been intimately involved in that process, and if you would care for a summary.
Can you give us an update, please?
Absolutely, Mayor, members of council, this transaction, the lease agreement and the financing for the construction of the fire station has been a perfect storm of contested issues and challenges along the way. We're at a critical point right now. We hope we are in a position to iron out the last details. Things have gotten down sort of to crunch time between the lessor, the landlord of the site. Its perspective and its objections to some of the documentation that the bank has requested. We are down to a very few disputed issues remaining. They're tough. I spoke with bank's counsel at some length today, and he's going to make contact directly with the attorney for the lessor. And we imagine there'll probably be something breaking on this in a matter of a few days. And that was part of the reason why we just suggested to your manager that you table the question of reimbursing anybody's attorney's fees, because this has dragged on, and their attorney's fees have piled up in various quarters of the transaction. So it's part of the mix that's under consideration. But we hope to have some good news for you in the days ahead.
Thank you so much, and thank you for sticking with us and fighting the battle.
This has not stopped the construction to go forward, has it, Chief?
No, sir.
No, and we did receive 2 more pay requests from Turnkey today. We budgeted $555,000 in this year's budget for that, and we're still below that. So the first 3 pay requests we're able to cover, but unfortunately, we're not able to draw down on our grant for this until we execute the loan with the bank. So nobody wants to put their money in first, but it's coming together.
We just pray and believe it'll all come together and we'll get it all right and have our fire station. Any other thing, Randy?
I'm good.
Pencil.
I just want to the few that have showed up this evening, I just want to wish everybody a happy new year. People have asked me several times did I have a good Christmas? And my answer to them was, I was here. So that was my blessing.
Amen. Bill?
It was Eddie being here and the board talk. I think we need to work on, I don't know how to do it, but appreciation for the people that volunteer on the boards. They put a lot of work into it. Some of them for 9, 10 years, some of them for longer. I know at one time, at Christmas time, we used to get a basket, when I was planning, a basket of fruit and crackers and whatever it was. It was nothing, but it was something, and so I think we need to find a way to appreciate people like Eddie and and people that serve, because there's no pay, and they make a lot of good decisions for our town, and we're having a hard time getting them. Obviously, we're short on every one of them. And so I think we need to find a way to encourage and to appreciate.
Good idea.
May I do that one other thing? Randy, I think, and I don't know if the vote was agreed or not, I've had quite a bit of conversation with citizens here in Nashville about our Christmas decorations. And everybody said, well, have you been through Red Oak and have you been through Castalia? Well, I haven't been through Castalia, but I have been through Red Oak, and Red Oak has a real beautiful layout for Christmas. Now, I think, and I would hope we'd be able to get to partnership with the chamber to come together. You put some in and we put some in to try to get some more Christmas decorations to go to the east end and the west end of Main Street, because those people down under the hill and those up there by Piggly Wiggly and all that stuff, they're in our municipal district too. So, and they need to be attended to. I think the last time that the chamber partnered with us is when we bought the tree. And they helped us with getting the Christmas tree. But I think we need to approach the chamber and see if we can get a cooperative agreement with them to let's explore getting some more Christmas decorations.
I know the MSD probably doesn't want to touch Christmas decorations again, but it's the perfect opportunity and just the type of thing that the MSD was created for.
That's right.
Something that will benefit that entire district. So we could do Church Street, Main Street, Barnes Street. And so that might be a conversation that has to be had again.
Yeah, I think we do.
Either way, something will have to happen because we have a lot of Christmas decorations that have hit their final year.
And then we also had some problems with getting electricity
Oh,
to some of those. So
they're getting they fix these folks.
they do, but I agree. We're too pretty of a town to have. And if nothing else, get more poinsettias like we have and just extend them, whatever. But yeah, I agree with you 100%. You have anything you'd like to say?
I just want to echo the remarks about the egg drop. It was such a fantastic event. It was really nice seeing the whole community come together. It gave you all the feels all night long. It was great. So thank you to everyone who had that.
And I would just conclude with, I certainly concur with Bill in regards to those who volunteer to take time out of their busy schedules to assist the town in making really critical decisions all year long. I do remember once when I worked with law enforcement, the Department of Corrections, we used to do something that was called the annual volunteers banquet. And it was just a nice setup. It was a nice meal, nice gathering with some form of appreciation to our volunteers. And so anything along those lines, certainly I'm all for it.
Anything else? If not, I appreciate you all coming out, and we just are going to agree that 2024 is going to be a great year for our town of Nashville. So at this time, do I have a motion to adjourn? All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Meeting is adjourned.
I just wanted to officially say hi. I'm one of the ones from the graphic. I'm Nancy.
Oh, Trey, pleasure to meet you.
You too. I did an article about you, but you were like off in the wild somewhere, and I couldn't get a hold of you for a statement, so I just got. And we